Hello everyone, Joeypals here with episode number 3 of Kid Icarus How To with an entirely different layout. As you can see here, 1, I have a face cam, and 2, we have our top screen blown up massively. We have pictures of Pit and Palutena down here, as well as a little shrunken down speedrunning split screen. It's all very, very nice and very fun. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do chapter 3 of Kid Icarus Uprising as a speedrun. I'm going to go ahead and unpause it in just a moment. Just gonna make sure volume's fine and dandy. Alright, cool. Now I'm gonna hit unpause. Why is that not playing any audio? Did I do it well? Did I do it a little too well? Yeah, I did a little too well. Oops. Never said I was an expert at this stuff. But for this chapter, I went ahead and equipped 2 power-ups that I wanted to show off real quick, because in the last 2 episodes, I didn't have any power-ups on me. And as you can see by the top right screen, we are at difficulty 0.0, which is the difficulty you want to be at for every chapter moving forward. So starting here with a boot that we can use, that is called Lightweight. What Lightweight does, and I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick, I'm not going to move around, it makes you move really, really fast. So obviously, you want this guy. There's a skill that works great alongside this called Tirelessness, and if you get that alongside this, you are set. What Tirelessness does is for a limited amount of time, you can't tire out, which is one of Pit's greatest weaknesses, because when you tire out, you really can't run anywhere, and you can see by the Chapter 1 introduction. And then you have Health Recovery, which is there just in case you need to recover health. You shouldn't. Okay, so first thing that's going to happen is you're going to walk through, well, you're going to run, I should say. Most enemies usually don't appear. The enemy that usually appears is this guy right here. As you run forward, not backwards like I did, you should just shoot him down, keep running. Then there's these 2, you can completely ignore them, you're going to go up the stairs. There's this guy here, you can completely ignore him. Continue running up the stairs. It's about at this point here when your lightweight runs out. So at this point you're going to be on regular speed and you're hardly going to be able to make it over to here with some careful stepping. So we're just going to walk and run. Alright, for this section, in order to get to our boss, Mr. What was it? Hydra! That was the name. It kept saying Hydra in my head. It's not quite Hydra. There is a key in this thing. What you're going to want to do is, once you step forward, well, once you land, I should say, run towards that thing. You're going to hit with a dash melee, and then the key is going to pop out. You're going to grab that. You're going to run through this courtyard as quickly as possible because, I don't know if you saw it, but there was a huge draw ahead. And then you're going to finish your run right here. You're going to want to step right here by the gates. And then it's going to wait a little bit. Palutena's going to say something about monster pheromone and attracting a monster head to you. And now you're going to have to defeat one of the heads. Because, hey, Palutena, she's definitely smart. By the way, if you're wondering why I don't have any audio for my weapon, that is because I'm wearing the stealth claws. What the stealth claws do is they make sounds absolutely quiet. Like you can see like the little white specks floating off of it, and unless it like hits something, you're not going to hear a weapon at all. So then you're going to go past this enemy here, you're going to run towards the stairs, and I believe, yeah, there's going to be this enemy that pops up. In order to continue, you need to defeat him, and then that jump pad will appear. Jump down here, and there's going to be this little well. Just run, hook a straight left. You're going to want to dash melee through him. And through him. Just basically dash melee through anything you can. If then there's this guy here, you won't have to worry about him. Go ahead and do a dash attack if you want. And then there's these 3 enemies here. What I suggest is getting the grenade to start. Hit this guy. That'll take out all those. Then there's this boom rocket. What I suggest is doing that right there. That'll take out all those enemies at once. And then when these enemies land, it's gonna start with that one. That enemy right there that just sprouted up isn't going to be able to be attacked. So just do what I did and do a couple continuous fire shots, a little bit of dashing if you want, nothing major. When you come down the stairs, you're gonna want to dash melee through these guys. They don't pose any threat to you, so it's no worry. And then we have a menu. And with our menus, we always want to spam start so we can skip them. Did that a little too well that time. Now, with this boss here, what you need to do is try to hit it with as many dash attacks as you can. It'll go underwater, so what you're going to want to do is shoot at the orange orb. There's also a purple orb that comes up. If you shoot that, it'll shoot beams of energy towards you. That'll do damage to you, and that's not a good thing. With the damage we did, it should be done with that forward dash. And that kills him off. Max health, yada yada yada. We're gonna want to skip. And that completes that. So, let's go ahead and put all of that to use in our other file here. Now, if you remember from last time, I said I was going to restart this file because I didn't have claws. Well, when I opened this file, I went into this little shop here, the Redeem Hearts section, and right here in this last slot was something called the Samurai Blade. So I bought that, and when you fuse two blades together, you get a claw. Now, the claw that I'm going to be fusing is the Artillery Claws. The Artillery Claws are one of the best weapons you can actually use in a speedrun for this game, because they pack a lot of power, and they're pretty lightweight, too, so they're very, very nice. Oh, and they have a great range. Great range, powerful, they're quick, it's all good and dandy. Now we're going to do the same thing here. We have our health recovery, which I don't think it should be that one. I think... oh. Yeah, I guess it is health recovery level 3, sure. And then from chapter 2, because we complete it under a certain amount of time, we get lightweight level 1. So let's go ahead and equip those. Now, in order for me to do this chapter in time, let's see, I would need to complete it in about 7 minutes, 13 seconds, and that's including the air. Now, keep in mind, you're going to want to add like 20 seconds because of all the things that happen at the end of a chapter, and as soon as you defeat the boss, you hit enter, so it should take about like 15-20 seconds to get to this point. So we're doing this on chapter 0.0. If we're taking off 20 to 30 seconds, we're going to want to get this done in about 7 minutes time. I'm going to click that a bunch just to make sure that's all good and dandy. I'm going to hit A. I'm going to hit enter. Let's begin. And now, the lovely sounds of a voice cast will take over from here.
Hurry, Pit!
What's the matter?
Medusa has brought the fight to our realm. Her forces are invading Skyworld.
She must be getting back at us for taking down Dark Lord Gao.
Medusa's venom knows no bounds, but I know you can stop her underworld army.
You sure have a lot of faith in me, Lady Palutena.
As you can see here, the artillery claws are doing a lot of damage. And they reach pretty far too, so...
With a large group of enemies, you can use a special attack. Just tap a blue circle on the touchscreen to launch one. It'll take out enemy fire, too.
Very, very good weapons for a speedrun. These and the beam claws are the two weapons that I recommend most.
These guys ever get tired?
At this rate, the power of flight is going to expire before they do.
There's going to be a souffle that comes right here.
There's just one thing
Just
to
shoot him
know.
in the face, easy
Their
peasy.
commander is Hudraw.
Hudraw? Like this guy?
And speak of the devil, there he is.
He can fly?
I think the only one who can't fly by himself is you.
Ouch. That's harsh.
Don't sulk, Pit. It's undignified. But you're right. Attacking the leader is a good plan.
Let's do it.
Alright, so just very nice, easy peasy glide through the sky. Now, this is a mid-stage boss, the Hudraw. There's a very simple tactic you can use to defeat him.
Hello there.
It's snack time. Want a tender little morsel?
I am not a piece of meat.
What did you say? Technically, you are.
Just come a little closer.
Get ready, because it's time for...
It was my turn at the last word.
If you want to defeat him super quickly, just use both your special attacks once you're able to start battling, and then just shoot him down 1-2 for me.
This is never going to end. Just go ahead and attack.
So watch this.
Everyone, the other heads, you have no...
And that is how you kill a mid-stage boss in about like 10 seconds. So they're all dead in the water.
Not so fast. Huge straw heads can live without a body. You better follow them. The underworld forces are retreating.
Mission accomplished.
Far from it. Those two Hydra heads are still alive. They've plunged into the human world below and taken their legion with them.
Then we better do something.
Yes, Pit. Rush towards the ground like the little you are. See, I want to keep looking at my PC so that way I can have like a little better exposure on my face. But at the same time, it doesn't want to display at 60 frames per second despite that being what I have XSplit set at. And I have the license to get that, so yeah.
I don't see the huge raw heads anywhere. Where'd they go?
It also makes my shots a little bit lazy too.
Let's check the town.
Alright, so by the time we land, it's going to be about the 4-minute mark. So what we're going to want to do is activate Lightweight as quickly as possible because we'll only have about 3 minutes to get through this entire place. And you guys saw how big this place was, so as soon as we land, Lightweight, and we'll begin. We have less than 3 minutes to defeat Hydra.
The people have all gone in hiding. But where did those huge raw heads go?
They could be anywhere. We need to stop them before they wreak even more havoc.
This
As
lasts a
the
lot
searchers take out
further
any
than I
other
remember.
they cross the path. There are jump pads ahead. String
Like
jumps
a
together lead
lot
the way
further
across
than
the
I
path.
remember.
Yeah!
Don't worry about that red timer, that's because the timer is set at chapter 1.
Watch out!
That came out of nowhere!
You're going to need help against surprise attacks like that. Go to the courtyard ahead and I'll grant you a gift.
Really? That'd be great.
You know, Palutena, if you'd like to give that gift a little faster, that'd be
Alright then.
chill. That would be chill.
What just happened?
Do you like the gift? Monster pheromone. Monsters
Now
just-
that is how you kill Hydra.
I don't
Hydra,
think I'll
Hydra.
be using the monster pheromone.
I keep saying Hydra. It's not Hydra, it's Hydra.
What I mean is that I won't need to use it.
Why do you say that?
I located the other head. Let's go to the lake outside the town.
What is this? A well?
That's not important. Just keep moving forward. The other Hydra head is regenerating its body at the lake.
You don't think it'll have 3 heads again, do you?
It's an ambush.
Yeah, that's right! My ambush! You're going down, monsters!
That's an underworld moringa.
Whew, can't take my eyes off it.
Its bewitching dance moves really grab your attention and hold on to it. Better make a point of taking it down first. I think we're finally close to the last Hydra head. Are you ready?
See, despite that looking like a big town, we actually got through that in less than 2 minutes.
Forward dash attacks are very powerful. Look for openings to use them.
Oh!
Mission complete!
That's the first time I got him before he went underwater!
Defenders out of the way.
Yes! I don't know if you guys saw it before it accidentally wiped it out, but we got that in... Let's see. I think it was like 6 minutes, 15 seconds. That is awesome! That is awesome! It should have like a time somewhere. I feel like it would have a time somewhere. Vault, maybe it'll be in here. Records, yes. Time played, current hearts. Would you have it per chapter or not? Because I kind of want to see. That is awesome, though. That is the first time I got him before he went underwater. So yeah! That's how you do Chapter 3 of Kid Icarus Uprising. Well, actually, before we go into our little closeout, I want to go ahead and look up the fusions real quick. Fusing weapons is one of the best ways to save your speedrun. And for claws, you're going to want specific combos. So, weapons in general, what it is for each weapon class, which is a total of 9, they have numbers 1 through 12. When you fuse two weapons, those two numbers are added together. So, for example, the first blade. The first blade, according to the Kid Icarus Wikipedia, has a number of 1. Now, the claws have a range of numbers, again, 1 through 12. Those claws would be the Tiger Claws, Wolf Claws, Bear Claws, Brawler Claws, Stealth Claws, Hedgehog Claws, Raptor Claws, Artillery Claws, Raptor Claws, Beam Claws, Variety Claws, and Pandora Claws. I'm going to download this little image real quick so I can flash it up on screen. This is lovely. When you get so used to speedrunning that you don't even really, care. Okay, so this image right here. This image right here basically says what will fuse with what to get what. So in order to get claws, we need blade by blade claw, well, blade by staff. So blade by blade, blade with staff, staff with club, and then we have a couple weapons without. And then that's the same thing, club and staff, club and orbitars, cannon and orbitars, and that's all that creates it. So, for example, we want ourselves the artillery claws or the beam claws. Those two are the best. So, let's say, for example, we get another blade in the first 2 chapters, or in the Redeem Heart section. So, for the artillery claws, because the first blade is the number 1, we would want the numbers 7 or 9. So we can get ourselves to numbers 8 or 10. So in that case, we want either a samurai blade or an Aquarius blade. If we're looking at staffs, for number 7 and 9, that would be the flintlock staff or the Scorpio staff. If we're looking at staff and club, you would need both either, well, any combo that adds up to the numbers 8 or 10. So for example, you could do an orb staff, and then, let's see, if you ever combo with club. You could do an orb staff or an ogre club. You know, just some combination that adds up to the number 8. And then same thing would apply for club and orbitar, cannon and orbitar. Just as long as it adds up to the numbers 8 or 10, that's all you need. The reason why I also recommend beam claws is because they have a non-stop continuous fire, meaning you just have a straight up beam all the time. Continuous damage. And it reaches pretty far too, so it's pretty good. Alright, until next time everyone, this is Joeypals signing out. When we come back next time in this little series, we're going to be doing Chapter 4. And Chapter 4, if you would tell me good game, what is Chapter 4? The Reaper's Line of Sight. It's a very fun chapter, and by very fun I mean I kind of love the atmosphere, I kind of hate the enemies. But yeah, we'll deal with that next time. So, until next time everyone, this is Joeypals.